There he is, Megatron Studio Series 86 KO, or also known as ST04 Destruction Warrior. This is the condition of the box that he came in. Fortunately, when you order from AliExpress, you know, they come from China and you can't really expect too much. And in this case, the figure arrived okay, but the box unfortunately did not. But it's just a KO box anyway, so it really doesn't matter. As long as AliExpress delivers it intact, that's all I care. So this is what he came in. He just basically came with his Energon laser sword, his blaster, and his ion cannon. And that's pretty much it. Those are the extent of his accessories. And I'm just going to give you a non-comprehensive review or my thoughts on this guy. He's considerably cheaper than Studio Series 86 version. He did not come with the Decepticon logo. I added that UV sticker onto him. And other than that, he's pretty much bone stock. There was a couple of loose things. This is very common to be flopping around on the KO, and I put a little bit of nail polish, or actually some clear paint to tighten it up. We put this back the way it was supposed to be. I was standing him, making him sit earlier. And he's kind of cool. I mean, overall, I'm happy. This thing was literally $22 shipped. I cannot complain. It is wonderful. It looks pretty much spot on to the official release. And he articulates exactly the same way. I mean, he's able to do a full spread Van Damme style. And I mean, look at that. Not very many characters can do that. Now, I know that the Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime can also do this, but it's cool that a transformer that can actually transform has this kind of articulation. He can even bring his arms out and his fists can touch. Take off his ion cannon. His fists can actually touch. He can actually look like he's pounding his fists together. He could even probably, let me see here, he's capable of almost scratching his own head. I think it's pretty close. The only thing holding that back is just this piece right here. He can put his arm behind his back like he's hiding something. I mean, the posability of this is pretty incredible. I mean, it really is something. And then if you pop his joint out like this even more, you get even more articulation, you know, beyond what you would normally expect. Pop that back in. I also like that his side skirts can be moved to the back, out of the way, and they become butt skirts. This would allow him to possibly, I don't know, get into different positions like he's running. I mean, just look at the articulation of that. I mean, look at this. It looks like he's dodging something. He's jumping out of the way. I mean, he really is a really impressive transformer. I mean, you could never do anything like this with original G1 version of him. It's really cool. I have to say that overall I'm happy with it. I had to do a little bit of tightening up. Like I said, there's a few things I had to get the razor blade out and scrape some flashing and kind of trim some things off, because you know, just the way that these molds are from China, they get old over time, and the mold is no longer as crisp as the early production models. So, you know, overall he's really good. I'm really impressed. The only thing that I would say that really stands out as inferior to the actual official version is likely that he was extremely difficult to transform. I mean, really difficult. I'm not kidding. Now, this was the first time I transformed SS86 Megatron, so I had to break out the instructions because I gave up half an hour into it. I was literally going on close to an hour by the time I got him done, and it was because there were certain components that I could not get to snap out and snap into place, and it required quite a bit of force. I thought I was going to break some stuff, and it also required just a little bit of slight trimming to get it just right. So I mean, I guess that's what you pay for. I mean, $22 compared to 60, what do you expect? So I'm not gonna make you go through the pain of seeing him transform into the tank, but I will go ahead and cut to that right now. And there he is, Megatron in his tank form, battling it off against Optimus Prime in truck mode. And you know what, I have to say, as difficult as it was putting this together, and I spared you the pain of having to see that, the end result's really good. I think it looks fantastic. You know, I know that a lot of people gave it flack and didn't like the fact that it wasn't a Walther P38, but we know that for many reasons it's just not practical today, and you know, this is the next best thing. And I think that the design that Hasbro did is really good. This Studio Series is really good, and this KO mimics that really well, and it's a one-for-one copy of the Studio Series. And when you look at it, it's ingenious the way that they used many of the panels. You can see the back of his legs right here. You can see, or the side, the front of his breastplate right here, and his arms, the way they're integrated into this. They did a really good job, I have to say. The articulation and the movement, and you know, it rolls pretty good actually, considering that it's just plastic wheels on the bottom. And the ground clearance here is actually really tight. I have to say that I wasn't sure how this was gonna work out, but there is just enough clearance to clear and be able to still roll it. I'm happy with the end result of the tank mode. It looks cool, you know, and he's able to store his accessories you know, in various places. Actually, you can even move them around and place them on top like this, and you know, so it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I mean, you can almost envision that if the cartoon were made today, the original G1 Transformers, this is the way it would have probably looked on screen. So I'm happy with this. I'm just not happy with how difficult it is to convert them. There's a lot of pieces that have a tough time snapping together, but some of that is probably due to the fact that this is a KO. All right, so we're gonna put them back into robot mode and continue on. Okay, so similar to SS86 Optimus, we see that they have very similar arms, arm joints, articulation in the hands. The index fingers are individually movable. separate from the remaining 3 fingers at the bottom. The thumb is fixed, but you can position his double jointed fingers in different ways. You know, like let's say if he was falling and he was trying to get up, his fingers literally will conform to the ground like that. And size wise, next to Prime, he's just a hair taller, and you probably already knew that, but this is the KO AS08 Prime, and this is probably very close one-to-one reproduction of the actual SS86. And so they both have a great stance. I would say that they did a better job with Megatron as far as not having all the extra baggage in the back, and they seem to have kept things very svelte with him. So I like how they did all that. It is actually a pretty darn good rendition of him, and I really don't have much to complain about. And I think that if you bought this character, you won't be disappointed. If you get it from AliExpress or eBay for under 30 bucks, you really can't go wrong. You really can't. I mean, he's pretty awesome. You've got to pair him with SS86 Optimus Prime or any of the other similarly sized ones. Here he is next to Voyager class Bumblebee Prime from the movie, and classic OG Prime, quite a bit taller. And just to throw him in, we'll throw in Missing Link Prime, one of my favorites. This is not my favorite version of him, but he's one of my favorites. Alright, so there you have it. So I'm just gonna leave you with a few poses, and happy collecting.